So, I text Joe saying that I'd finished my shift. I'd just flipped the sign, locked up, and I was ready to leave. It'd been a pretty normal, chaotic day, as it usually is in this shop. Anyway, I'm rolling my ciggy, and there was this bang at the door. And I look over, and there's this person just standing there with two massive donation bags. And I'm like, nah. And I say, we're closed. Can you read the sign? And this person starts calling back saying, there's a lot of signs, Mary. I'm like, how do they know my name? Like, do I know them? Yeah, it turns out there were a lot of signs that I hadn't noticed that day. Like, I hadn't noticed that I Want to Have Your Babies by Natasha Bedingfield. Yeah, that had been playing like 4 times. And that pile of baby clothes just kept falling off its stand. Anyway, I'm like looking at that person, searching for their face. And they're like shaking their bags and pointing into the shop. So I go over there, put the ciggy behind my ear, and I walk over to the door. And you're not going to believe this. The bags appeared in my hands. I was holding them. Like they went from being outside to being in my hands. In my hands. I'm like staring at these bags. And as I look up, the person is like standing right in front of me inside the shop. I like jump for my life. I'm like shouting, oh my God. And they're all like, it's Gabriel actually. And I'm like, what? And they're like, oh, it's pretty cold on this part of Earth. Anyway, I'm like stunned. My jaws hit the floor. And this person's all like calm as a cucumber, saying nothing to be scared of, Mary. Don't look so shocked. Don't look so shocked. It's not every day someone walks through glass. Anyway, they then say to me that they have a message. You will conceive in your womb and bear a son and shall call him Jesus. And he will be like great. And he'll be called like the Son of the Highest. And the Lord God will give him a throne of his father David, and he will reign over the house of Jacob forever. And of his kingdom, there will be no end. I mean, what the? The pile of baby clothes fall off the stand again. So I go over to pick them up, and I say to Gabriel, I've been picking these up all day. And I turn around and they've got the largest smirk on their face. And they say to me that they're an angel. But I don't see any halo or any wings. To be honest, I've never seen an angel before. Anyway, I'm getting freaked out at this point, so I ask them, tell me something that nobody else knows. With no beat of delay, they tell me that my cousin Elizabeth is 6 months pregnant. Now, my cousin Elizabeth is like in her 60s. 60s. So I'm like furiously texting her now, losing my mind. She's like wanted a baby for so long. Anyway, she texts me saying that, how did I know? And Gabriel's like, quite the miracle, eh? I'm still trying to grasp all of this. God wants me to have a baby. Me. Like, why did they choose me? Why not choose someone like Kate Middleton or Gemma Collins, you know, someone proper fancy? Anyway, the pile of baby clothes fall over again, and I turn around and something catches my eye. A little baby grow. And I pick it up and I look at it. It's just so sweet and tiny and so cute. And embroidered on the front of it is the word Son of God. And Gabriel says, it's quite simple really. And I'm like, how many times have you given birth? And then they just smile at me. We have a chat. And they say to me, that it's my choice and that I won't be alone. And that's when I knew that I was going to do this. Because I can trust God. Gabriel takes a ciggy from behind my ear and they say to me, one last puff. They light it, hand it to me. Take a few drags. And then they take it off of me. And I'm like, can't I finish that? And they're like, not in your condition. Holy sh**.
This thing working? Can you see me okay?
Yeah, hi Lizzie. Yeah, it's on. I can see you. Hi.
How are you?
I'm all right, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Your text message came as a bit of a shock. How did you know my news? Who told you?
Well, it's going to sound a bit strange, but an angel told me.
An angel. Okay. So would this be like a young person with a suit and curly hair?
Oh my, yeah?
Proper sparkly shoes, a really lovely smile.
Yeah, I suppose. Oh my gosh. Congratulations, Lizzie. I'm so happy for you. I just can't believe it. The angel actually gave me some similar news too.
Really? Tell me more.
Yeah, I'm pregnant as well. I was like bursting to tell someone. I literally just can't sit still. I just want to dance. Like, I feel like the luckiest girl on earth. Like, God took one look at me and oh my gosh, I'm just never going to forget this day, am I? The same God whose strength and mercy flows wave after wave, and like who knocks off the bullies off their high horses and pulls the fallen from the mud and just fills up the empty with love. Like, I just don't know what to think. I just don't understand. Like, why me? Why? It's incredible. Like, such an honour. I feel full, like fit to burst, like of excitement and joy and this like nervous energy that's like bubbling away inside of me, running up and down. Yeah, I feel giddy. I feel so giddy. They appeared to me, like they asked me, like, what has happened? It's exactly what they promised, like all those years ago. But yeah, defo is not how I pictured it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, God, like what were they thinking? Asking me.
Oh God.
Yeah, madness, like utter madness.
No, it's the baby. My baby.
Oh my God, are you all right?
Yeah. Yeah, Mary, it's kicking. It's really kicking. It's like it's heard your voice and it's dancing. Oh my goodness. Mary, it's come true.
Oh my God.
So what do? Your girl comes home and says, listen babe, we need to talk. I thought she was going to end it. I'd got a ring and everything. When we said we'd get hitched, I knew I needed to get a ring. It's really nice as well, proper mint. Then she says, we need to talk. I'm like, come on then, spit it out. I'm pregnant. What? You can't be. We haven't even... Yeah, I've had a message from God. God? What kind of mad shit is that? God? I've heard of some excuses, but that... Nah, I packed my shit and I got out of there. I ran all the way down the high street, jumped on a bus and said to the guy driving, take me anywhere, get me out of here. Then, when I was on the bus, some weirdo came and sat opposite me with a bow tie and curly hair, even though the whole bus was empty. They just stared into the middle distance, like they were thinking really hard about something. Then they turned straight to me and said, don't be afraid. I just smiled, nodded and looked away. I woke up in Basildon. I must have dozed off. I woke up with the driver shouting at me. So I needed to get back to Southend. So I jump off the bus and I go and check the timetable. There's another bus in 20 minutes. So I went and got a Greggs, I sat and I waited. the bus came and went, and I just sat there. It was like I couldn't move. How can I provide for a baby? I don't even know what a baby does. What if I get it wrong? How do you stop a baby crying? How am I going to afford a pram and clothes and nappies and all these other baby stuff that I don't even know about yet? And what if I really screw up and I leave them and then there's another kid without a dad? Then the weirdo from the bus comes and sits right next to me. And it was like suddenly calm. Like all my thoughts had stopped racing and unjumbled themselves. We just sat there for ages, in silence. Then, they turned to me, and they said, "Joseph?" I didn't even question them knowing my name. I said, "Actually, it's Joe, only my nan calls me Joseph." He said, "Joe, doesn't the world look magnificent today?" I looked around the bus stop, and I was like, "Sure, yeah." And I looked away. Don't postpone the wedding. And then I'm suddenly telling him how I love her and I trust her completely. But am I capable? Can I do this? He said, "Surely, if God has no doubts, you know you can." It was like a wave of confidence had come over me. I knew I wasn't alone. Then I checked the time, and Gabriel says, "You know, a train would be quicker, right?" I'd forgotten about trains. Bloody idiot. They said, "There's one in 6 minutes. You'll make it." So I sprinted all the way through town, straight to the train station, and jumped straight on a train. I was back in Southend before I even knew what I was going to say. And there she was, when I got back to the flat. "Where have you been?" "Sorry." "What?" I think we should call the baby Jesus." "What, is that like your uncle's name or something?" "No, it means God is with us." "Yeah, I like that. I love her. And even if the kid isn't mine, I want to support her. Support our little miracle. Besides, I'm never going to find anyone else like her. She sings this little song where she paints her nails, and she laughs at fireworks, and she pulls this face when she's watching something sad but she can't bring herself to cry. And she makes on-the-spot decisions so quickly it's actually quite frightening. It's like, "No, Mary, you can't just submit your UCAS form an hour before the deadline. And no, Mary, you can't adopt a goat. We don't have a garden. And maybe, Mary, you shouldn't give your taxi money to the guy you met on the last train home, meaning that you have to walk home alone in the dark. And actually, Mary, maybe you should think twice about signing up to some big plan that involves you becoming pregnant with the Son of God." But she's got this. It'll be all right. She doesn't need to think twice. On top of all that, we've got to leave town tomorrow. Get out. Because of this new policy thing, I've got to go and register in my hometown in person. Why it can't all be online, I don't know. I'm worried. She's huge now. And there's no direct route. And we can't afford a taxi. It's like 90 miles. And it's a Sunday, so there's going to be like 4 replacement bus services. It's going to be horrible. I don't know how we're going to do it.
Is your tea?
Tea. Hello? Hello, boss. Is that you? You checking up on me? Yeah. Oh, isn't it really weird that I'm talking to you through this thing? I don't really get it. Oh, yeah. No. Oh, yeah, they're on the way now. Yeah, I passed on the messages. Yeah, they're coming. They're on the way. I'm not sure about this, you know. They seem so normal. It's quite an unusual choice, even for you. It's just you said that you wanted to reconnect with everyone and you wanted to like let them know that you're like there with them and like like to show that you love them and you're there through their darkest hours and their triumphs and like. But the thing is, surely you don't need to actually come here to do that. Because it's weird here. Look, I know that you love it, right? I know that you love it, but it's a mess. All right, okay, jeepers, why are you shouting? Yeah, okay, I get it, right? Yeah, okay, sorry, I get it. I get it. You love this mess, but it still doesn't explain why you want to live here. I mean, have you seen what they eat?
Can you just explain the plan to me once more?
No, none of them think that you're like that at all. No, like. Okay, well, some of them might do. Like, some of them might think that you're this big, scary beast that throws things at them and smites them when they've been bad. But no, I don't think that. No, I don't think that. I know you, and I know that you're not like that.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, right, okay. There's no divide between body and spirit. Okay, yeah. Like, the body is just as important. Yeah, like, they're like miracles. Like, you actually made miracles. Yeah. Like Mary. I mean, look what Mary's doing. She's actually growing a baby in her tum-tum. Womb. Sorry. Yeah, cool. Yeah, technical term. Yeah, maybe if they see you in human form, they'll learn to appreciate just how incredible their bodies are and realise how much they should love and respect them. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good plan. Yeah, smashed it, yeah. Cool.
So we're back at Joe's hometown. It's heaving. Like there's a World Cup final and everybody's team is playing. So many people. The journey was hell. I'm so lucky to have Joe. Well, even though it is his damn fault that we had to come here in the first place. My ankles were so swollen, I had to wear Crocs. Can you imagine? It's so embarrassing. Thinking that he could come at any time. This isn't how I don't know. Well, it isn't how I expected. I expected bed, right? When you picture yourself having a baby, you think there's going to be a bed. But we got here too late. The hotels were full, the hostels were overbooked. We went from place to place, and no one had a room. Joe was losing his mind. He kept yelling, "My wife is pregnant!" Pregnant. Like no one could see this mound. Anyway, I just gave up and I sat down on this bench. And Joe was like, "Just stay there, I'm going to keep looking, don't move." And I'm like, where the bloody hell do you think I'm going to go? He must have walked the whole town. It started getting dark by the time he got back. Well, either that or he'd forgotten where I was. God, he looked so pale. I could see him walking towards me, holding something. He said, "The woman that owns the bed and breakfast at the seafront, yeah, she gave this to us. It's the best she had. It's a tent." He's like, "Yeah, her dog sleeps in it in the summer, in the garden. She said we could have it." I'm like, who the bloody hell buys a tent for their dog? He says he's sorry. I look at him. Well, there's no way that you're going to be able to put that up. He says, time me. So I start the clock and I stop it after 20 minutes because it's about 45 minutes later when he finally gets it all zipped up. Oh, did he half go on about it though? 20 minutes? God, that's pretty good, you know. Anyway, he helped me into the tent, zipped it up, got it all cosy, put a blanket round me, rubbed my back, said everything will be fine. Yeah, it wasn't fine. It was fucking agony. Like, I just can't describe it. It's just, yeah, it was quick though. It took me less time to birth the Son of God than it did for Joe to put up his tent. He is perfect. I never knew what it was to love someone at first sight. I mean, when I met Joe, he was doing a handstand on a table with spoons. Bloody idiot. I mean, I was impressed. He just down a pint. But when I held Jesus, which is a perfect name, yeah, the pain all dulled. Everything that had happened, the journey, the pain, the being in a bloody tent, yeah, it all just disappeared. I mean, I knew I was throbbing down there, and Joe kept shouting, "There's blood everywhere." But none of that mattered when I held Jesus. Mate, I slept for 2 days. I couldn't sit up. Joe, he washed the sheets in the sea. I mean, he refused to spend any money at the laundrette. He did look after us. He made me eat, got everything that we needed. Kept saying, "I can do it." He even found this box from the lady down at the seafront. A cardboard box fit for a king. I could just sit here and stare at him for hours. It just looks so peaceful. Joe? Joe! He's sleeping.
You'll never believe it, but later on we saw Dave, who sells the big issue on the high street, and he said he saw exactly the same thing, like exactly the same.
Excuse me, how much is that?
£2, my dear.
Here you go.
Thank you very much. I see this person outside Clinton's leaning on the wall, so I waved to him, but he didn't respond, so I drank my coffee and put it on the floor. When I stood up, they was right there, and I jumped and swore. Bloody hell, why'd you do that? They said, don't be alarmed, the baby has been born, was Christ the Lord, and he'll be found in a simple place. They started to sing at the top of their voice, glory for God, sounded like there was 20 of them. I thought it was beautiful. So they said, you have to visit him. And they disappeared.
I couldn't believe it. The exact same thing happened here at the car wash. This tiny little person with gold shoes appeared out of nowhere and started singing. It was so weird. Like, we all just had to stop and stare. And then later, we saw Misty. Same thing happened to her. Unbelievable. When we'd heard that we'd all been given the same message, we decided to go and find the baby, you know. And we kind of bickered a bit on the way about what to take them. Like presents and that. We didn't know what to expect, you know. What we were going to do, what we were going to say, what presents we were going to buy. Would they even want us there, you know? You've got a brand new baby and a whole load of people turning up on your doorstep.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe we found them. The place was heaving, it was so busy. They were pitched up in a tent of all places. But, well, you know, Some of us know about that. Well, yeah, some of us know about that. But yeah, they can't have been expecting us. We just rocked up and they invited us in. Yeah, so the young mum brought the baby out. It was beautiful. Yeah, we all wept. It was real.
It's like we were doubting of what happened, you know, like, is this real? What's going on? But we were just all so excited to be there. Yeah, £10 for the inside as well, just £6 for the out. We laughed and we danced.
Yeah, we danced, we sang songs, we like danced around a fire way into the night after the baby had gone to bed. And we were like, yeah, the light of the world has finally come.
And we kept saying like again and again what had happened and telling the story even though we'd all been there.
Some of us started a blog, other people put stuff up on Facebook. Yeah, it's like that thing, you know, when you found something, it's just so amazing. Like you just want to share it, you just want to tell everyone else. And the fuzziness inside from meeting that boy, it's like my whole soul felt complete. Yeah. Nothing's going to be the same again. Oh, you are not going to believe this.
So me and my two best mates, we'd been hanging out all day. We were stalking this guy online. He'd sent this like properly gross message to our other friend. So we found out all this stuff about him online, sent it to his boss, lol. Joke's on him, do you know what I mean? Don't mess with us.
Come on, let's go drink.
Yeah, do you know where you're going?
Yeah, do you want one?
No, you're right. So anyway, that's how this whole thing started really. So the three of us was hanging out in Priory Park. And we was like reading old magazines, like reading old bits of paper, looking up at the stars, just like vibing, you know. And then I saw it. And it like took me a moment. I looked at it and I really saw it. And I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And I look at it for a second and I go to Gemma, I'm like, Gemma, oh my gosh. And she's looking up at it with me. And just as I'm taking it in, like my hand started to shake. And I like couldn't really believe it, I couldn't process it. But we looked it up, we looked at all the constellations, and it was, we all got the same thing. It was a new star, like freaking out. And we kept checking, we kept looking, and it just wasn't in any constellation. It was this new star. And we was thinking maybe it was a comet or something from another planet, but we all knew what it meant, and it meant that there was this new leader had been born, and not just any leader, a king, but also, so it's telling us a new king has been born, but listen, also, it fulfilled this mad prophecy that had been spoken about for years, like before we was even born. We all go back to our places. I come back here, we pack up our stuff, and then we go out and meet again. And we're looking up. It's quite easy to spot. We find our star. And then as we're looking at it, it moved. It moved. So we figure, let's just follow it. You know, like those videos, like those gifs of like cats following a laser? That was us. Like there was like an angel with a torch shining it down on the earth, and we just follow it. And we follow it all the way to the edge of this little town. And we get there and we're like, right, let's go find who's in charge. They must know what's happening, yeah? We'll let them know we're here. So we go and find the local MP and we go in and we're like, congratulations. Looks at us a bit like confused. So we're like, we saw the star. We followed it all the way here. We got gifts. So he thanks us for coming and he's like, congrats on finding us and getting all the way here. And then he asks where the baby is, and we're like, hello, just follow that fat off star, old man, hello. Anyway, the concept seemed beyond him, so we just carried on. And then suddenly we're at the end of our journey. The star stops, we stop, we knock on the door, and the mum answers, and then there he is. He's just there, this baby we've come all this way for that has been told about in the stars. We're all crying. She fainted, like bam, hit the floor. We was all emotional though, like crying, tears, snot everywhere. So we come in and then, like it's normal, we just have something to eat, have a cup of tea. All meanwhile, like this baby king is just toddling about and you can feel his like overwhelming presence and you're kind of calm, but at the same time you're watching him terrified that he's gonna like fall over, bang his head, eat something he shouldn't, and you're like, oh, please don't die while I'm here, little king. Please don't just die. We stayed for a couple days. And then as we're packing up to go, cheers, she reveals she's had this dream where like this person has come to her and been like, don't get out of the way, and been like, don't go back to Herod. Don't go back to that MP. He's bad news. He's got this bare, awful plan. Don't go back. And we're like, yeah, whatever. But she describes this person and Mary and Joe are like, oh, that'll be Gabriel. And we're like, oh, okay, so let's maybe not go back to Herod then. And Mary's like, yeah, listen to Gabriel. They know what they're talking about. And Joe's like, yeah, but like Gabriel also brings loads of responsibility. So be like cautious of them. And we're like, whatever, Joe. And then we go. We make sure that we don't go back to Herod because I guess Mary and Joe know what they're talking about. And that's that. We haven't really processed what's happened still. Mad.
Joe, do you mind just taking him for a sec? We are going to open the first gift. I'm going to choose the leopard print one because I love, you know me, I just love it. Right, what is in here? Oh, first of all, like, huge thank you for everyone that gave us gifts. Like, I can't tell you how much it meant for you guys to just be so generous to us. Absolute strangers, like, I'll go cry. So let's just get on with this. I think I know what it is. Yes! Oh my gosh, it's incense. I love incense. Ah. Joe, can you just put this in the bin so Jesus doesn't get it? Right. Oh my gosh. Oh, you are so unlucky that you don't have smell-o-vision because this is amazing. What is it? I've never smelled anything like this, I promise you. Frankincense. That, oh, mate. Like, I've got to find more of that because I'm going to use this up so quick. Thank you so much. Next up, I feel so blessed. We have got this little sparkly number. Oh, sorry, sparkly on this side. Thanks. What's in here? Jesus! Stop it! What have I told you about throwing things, darling? Don't throw things. Don't throw things at mummy. Sorry about that. Panda or piggy? Which one? What is this? Nah. You are joking me. That is... Oh my God. That is amazing. Someone's giving us a huge check. Oh my gosh. The Crown. I've never heard of that bank. Thank you so, so much. That's amazing. I can't believe that. Joe, look at that. I can't. Can you? Okay, next number. What have we got? Yeah, it's perfume. Oh, that's amazing. Can you see it? Oh my gosh, I wonder what it smells like. Interesting smell. Wouldn't say it's for me, but what is that? Mirror. Right, I'm gonna have to look it up because I've never heard of this. 1 second. Okay, I found it. It's used for embalming for when people die. Right, moving on. That's nice, thanks. I've got to get back to doing motherly things. I can smell a nappy already. Anyway, I'm so grateful so much. I'm so grateful so much. So that's all for today. Be sure to like, subscribe and comment below if you like this video, of course. We've loved making it, haven't we? Haven't we, Jesus? Have we looked back about it? Oh, it's so cute. See you guys later. Thanks for being patient with me. Bye.
Thank you for coming. As you will have heard, we have had the gravest of news, a new threat to our country and our leadership. We have to face this atrocity face on. We have to nip it in the bud now before it becomes an even bigger problem in the future. This threat is not inevitable. Together, we can stop it. As part of our Protect Our Country policy, we have decided to take action and get it done. So today, we launch our He's Under 2, A Threat to You campaign. We encourage you to surrender these potential hazards, to stop the impending threat to our country and our leadership. I want what is best for this leadership team. I want what is best for this country, and I want what is best for you. Trust me. We're in this together. Tell us where these children are and let us keep our country safe. Thank you. No questions.
We have to leave and get to another country. This one's not safe anymore. The message from Gabriel was clear. We don't have a choice. We're in danger. And we need to risk the journey. But they said to go to Egypt. Egypt? How do you even get there? I mean, we looked it up and the quickest way is by boat. We need to risk it. We found a man with a boat, but he says he's not coming with us. We have to go it alone. I'm scared. Mary is pulling that face where she wants to cry, but she can't. It'll be all right, won't it? People will be kind, won't they? No one's going to turn away a boat with a child in it.